I need somebody to tell me why my husband went to purchase a 7-pack of underwear yesterday. He needs new underwear. Probably hasn't purchased them in like, I don't know, years. You know how it is. Tell me why that package of underwear was $42. $42. I was flabbergasted. $42 for 7 pairs of underwear. If I didn't believe before that inflation is real, I sure do now. I'm baffled.
I just went to Costco and bought 2 things: teriyaki noodles and tissue paper. Tell me why it was $32.
I don't care if you're rich or you're poor. I don't care if you have 5 kids or no kids. I don't care how you vote. I don't care where you live. You should be able to at least admit that the prices right now are insane. You should be able to admit that going to the grocery store right now is depressing. You should be able to admit that a rent is insane. Buying a home right now, prices are insane. You should be able to admit that. It shouldn't matter your current state in life. It shouldn't matter how you vote. You should be able to just admit, you know what? It sucks that right now to buy a decent 12-pack of toilet paper that doesn't scrape my ass when I wipe cost $16. You should be able to admit that buying a gallon of milk cost almost $4, and then that sucks, that's not ideal. These aren't crazy thoughts that people have. These aren't just thoughts that people have that are in debt up to their eyeballs, that are struggling. These aren't thoughts because then don't have kids. Anyone, it doesn't matter who you are, how many kids you have, or how much money you make, or where you live, or how you vote. You should be able to admit that the prices right now aren't fair and that something should change. And if you can't admit that, then you're the problem. And for anyone that's like, quit bitching, no one cares, you might as well block me, because I'm not going to quit bitching, and clearly some people care because a lot of people follow me. So bye.
See, this right here? This is what a lot of people are thinking, but don't always say out loud. It doesn't matter if you're rich or broke, if you're raising a family or living solo. We're all feeling the hit, and that's the problem. It's not about politics. It's not about lifestyle. It's about basic survival becoming a luxury. Grocery runs feel like financial anxiety in a shopping cart. You walk in for a few things and come out wondering how toilet paper costs more than a meal. Milk is pushing $4, eggs are a joke, and rent? Forget it. At this point, it feels like we're all renting space in an economic nightmare.
It is literally impossible to buy a house right now. I currently work 3 jobs. My girlfriend works 2 jobs. We have a bunch of money saved up, and I still cannot buy a house. Otherwise, we'll be completely house poor. I'm so sick of this. I'm so tired of it. We've been working so hard for so long. Both of our credit scores are 700 plus, 720 plus, and we're working our butts off. All we want to do is start our life, live our life, and we can't do it. I'm so tired of it. And now we find out that the money that we've been paying for taxes all this time is going to stuff that it shouldn't have gone to. I don't know how much more I can take, man. I don't know how much more I can take. Like, when is the American dream going to be feasible again? When is it going to be okay to work hard to get good things in life? With both of us combined, 5 jobs, and we can't afford a house. I'm so done, man.
So let me tell you how I'm a single mom and how I'm slightly depressed. So I live in Miami, Florida. Right now, I have to find a place to stay. And that means that's for me and my son. Me and my son, we have to find a place to stay. They are selling the property. So now I am in grind mode in the sense of moving, trying to find a place. And trying to find a place, and I'm going to say place because it's getting on my nerves. These prices for 2 bedrooms are ridiculous. $1,000 for a room, $2,000 bum. But $3,000 for a 2-bath and a 2-bed and a 2-bath, out of this world. Let me tell you how it's only set up for people in relationships. 2-parent homes, 2 It's not for single parent, single people. How about that? Not even single parent, because you could be a single person and you still can't afford this shit. So for single people, the rent in Florida, Miami, Florida, is not made for single people. But it was actually built for people who can afford it. 2 people in one household, not one person. So the fact of the matter is, I have to have a certain credit score. I have to have a certain amount of income to be able to afford these places. And how they squeeze you out is by making you bring all these things, like your paycheck stub for 4 to 6 months worth of paycheck stubs, 4 to 6 months worth of bank statement, even bringing in your taxes and shit, just to make sure that you working, but to also make sure how often you getting paid, to ensure that you have the money to pay. So because I don't make $90,000 a year, I only make 72. I don't make the cut, so I am down. So I can't live where I want to live. I gotta live in the slums, where they also want to charge me for some bullshit that's not even worth it. $1,700, they say $1,800, $1,900. They want us to pay that to be in the hood. And even though I am from said hood, I don't want to live in a hood. I don't want to pay all this money for no amenities. What am I paying for? $1,800, $1,900 to live in the slums. Like, really? I'm depressed because I've been doing this shit for over 5 years now, looking for a place to stay. And it's really hard and overwhelming. It's challenging and overwhelming and depressing, because it's like that. Now I got my cootie shot. Like, if you don't have these certain requirements, you can't get in. And so there are housing programs which are very saturated, and they go by lottery. And so if you don't get picked, then your ass is assed out. You don't have housing. Not because you really can't afford to live. You really can't afford the cost of living because of daily living. So can you catch my dilemma and where I'm getting frustrated and where I'm getting depressed? Because once you have been doing this for so long and trying to figure out how you're going to afford all of the things, you just let it go. However, me being me, I'm still gonna fight and try and do all of the things so that me and my son can be comfortable and living and not on the streets. But I'm just letting y'all know that it's a struggle. Housing is a thing. Housing is a concern. And I don't think the cities in the States, it's a tourist city. They want the type of people they want. The gentrification is real. I'm a product of that as well. So wish me luck.
It's at the point now where I can't even afford to get paid. How the do you get denied trying to open a checking account? I'm asking if you can hold my money, which I know that you take separately to make money off of, and you told me no. So now I have to continue doing what I've been doing. Cash a check, $8. Deposit $500 into some mobile account, $5. Max is $500, so I gotta do that twice if I want all my money on my card. So that's, quick math, $18 every goddamn check, twice a month, just to have my money, just to be able to put my money in my hand. $36 a month instead of the $5 a month checking account I was trying to get. Why the is it set up like this?
I am so tired of living my life in survival mode, because despite having 2 college degrees and making close to $80,000 a year, I still cannot keep up with the cost of living. I still cannot afford all of my bills every month and have to live paycheck to paycheck. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. I am sacrificing my mental health, my time, and my energy to take care of people in their most vulnerable moments, and a lot of the time they do not make it. At the very least, I should be able to pay my bills. And for anyone who's thinking, oh, well, you shouldn't have chose that job, somebody has to do it. And you know damn well, if your loved one was critically ill, you would want somebody to take care of them, right? Something has to give. I cannot keep doing this.
How is this even real life? You do everything right, get the degrees, land the job, show up every day, and still, it's not enough. Making nearly $80,000 a year and still living paycheck to paycheck? That's not just frustrating, that's heartbreaking. The system keeps selling this dream. Work hard, get an education, and you'll be set. But clearly the dream is broken, especially for those in healthcare or caregiving roles. People sacrificing their mental health, their time, their entire self to take care of others in their most critical moments. And for what? Just to barely scrape by?
I'm coming on here because this is my third rant of the day, and I am just a bitchy mood today. But why in the actual nuts is life so expensive right now? I just went to the grocery store. Look at this, $243.16. And this is a bi-weekly thing it's just me and my fiance at home. $243.16 at Meijer. Just how? I choose not to just go buy Little Debbie's and shit-ass food. But at this point, I'm about to. Because I bought a couple different meats, some snackies, and dry ingredients, and produce. $243. How are people living? I would just like to know, in today's world, how are people living? Because you know what else? I'm literally at Kroger right now. I'm not having to, I'm choosing to go in and buy produce because I didn't get that much at Meijer because I like Kroger's produce anyway. Better. But anyway, because I guarantee you I'm about to spend $100+ in Kroger right now. So that's going to bring our bi-weekly total of groceries to almost $400. So $800 in groceries a month for 2 people. I'm about to say it and not even cook at home anymore because I swear it'd almost be cheaper to go out to eat every night with my fiance at this point. It really would, because I'm so tired of everything being so expensive in today's world. And that is my rant today. Yep. $243 and about to spend $100 more in Kroger on just groceries for 2 people. So I love America. The world is great right now. Bye.
Serious question. How are people affording anything in 2025? I'm having surgery in 2 weeks on my neck, so I was told to get certain types of shirts so it wouldn't bother the area. I go to Goodwill. I'm looking at prices $9.99 for used shirts that are of no brand of value at all anywhere. Maybe it was Target. I don't even know. I probably could go to Target and get it for brand new for the same price at this point. I don't know. But seriously, how is it that I have just gotten priced out of a thrift store? Not only that, I cannot remember the last time I actually went out and had a meal in a restaurant. We do not order out. We don't even get pizza because we're trying to save everything for 2025 with all of my health stuff. I am so sick of my own cooking. You have no idea. I'm a bad cook and I am so freaking tired of my own food. But how do people afford to go to a restaurant, sit down and have a meal? That is a foreign concept to me at this point. And I can't remember the last time I went and saw a movie in a theater. I can't even afford to rent them on demand. I will show you what I do. This is what I do. I have an enormous DVD collection, and this is all I can afford, because I will get these at the thrift stores. Cheap as shit. To be honest with you, I feel like I'm 20 years old again, and I'm living pennies to pennies and can't afford anymore. How are people doing this?
So we bought our house less than a year ago. It'll be 1 year in May, and we have to have our entire AC unit replaced, along with all the ducts apparently in the house because they are spewing out dust because they have never been cleaned. So my overall total cost just for the new AC and installation is $14,500. And then to do all the ducts upstairs and downstairs, that's an additional $10,500. And of course we live in South Florida and I wanted to get it done before summer starts. It's already in the 80s here. So we had to just go ahead and do the $25,000 job. And I think it's complete and utter bullshit. What if the average person didn't have 25 grand to get their AC fixed? What would they do? Obviously, I'm aware that they just wouldn't get air conditioning, but how can you live in South Florida without air conditioning? And then some of you are going to say, well, get the AC and just leave the ducts alone. The ducts are literally spewing out, when the AC comes out, dust because they're so dirty, and that's why I have to wash my curtains twice a month, because they get a cast of gray on them because of the amount of dust that's spewing out. And of course, the most dust is coming out in my daughter's room, which I'm not gonna have her breathing in that. So now the guys are here setting it up. They said it would take all day. Then they have to come back tomorrow to do all the ducts in the house, and that will be an all-day job too. So owning a home is so stressful, and then it'll be a year, I told you, next month, and I'm sure our taxes and our escrow is going to go up, which is going to make our mortgage go up, and our property tax. I'm so scared to get that renewal. I'm scared. I don't know what to do, guys.
This isn't just one person venting. It's a mirror for what so many are silently going through. Doing everything right and still feeling like you're drowning isn't a personal failure. It's a systemic one. And the worst part, people are being told to just budget better or work harder, as if they haven't already sacrificed enough. At the very least, no one should have to choose between their sanity and their survival. No one should give so much and get so little in return. We've reached a point where surviving feels like an accomplishment, and that's not how life should be. So if you're out there struggling, know this: you're not alone. You're not lazy. You're not crazy. The struggle is real, and something has to change.